This is Mark Dimenstein sharing my President's Column article from the November-December APW magazine entitled Workers on the Move. Without our brain and muscle, not a single wheel can turn. While corporate profits and any income inequality soar and galloping inflation makes life harder, more and more workers are standing up and fighting back with an encouraging new militancy. The Teamsters waged a powerful contract campaign against immensely profitable UPS, and with a 96% strike authorization vote, won major gains. 75,000 Kaiser healthcare workers won better wages and staffing for patients after a successful 3-day strike. 160,000 actors, represented by SAG-AFTRA, are on strike against the boss's use of artificial intelligence that undermines their work. Declaring one job should be enough. Hotel workers are engaged in rolling strikes in Southern California, and a major strike is looming in Las Vegas. Starbucks workers are unionizing store after store. 1,400 Bluebird school bus manufacturing workers unionized in the Deep South. Amazon workers are stirring against an immensely wealthy and anti-union company. A major union organizing drive is underway at Delta Airlines. Auto workers, showing the way as this article is being written. Auto workers at the big three, Ford, General Motors, and Stellantis, are engaged in a historic strike to overcome years of givebacks and concessionary bargaining. In the 2008 recession, caused by Wall Street greed that sunk the housing market and the economy, the auto companies were in deep financial trouble. The Obama administration led in bailing out the big three. Much of it was done on the backs of the workers who lost cost of living adjustments and retirement. New hires were placed into a divisive two-tiered wage system, earning 40% less than their coworkers. While workers lost 30% in purchasing power, the big three made $250 billion in profits over the last 10 years, and top management enjoyed raises of 40%. Enough was enough. The promise made to the auto workers was that if they sacrificed to save the big three, they would be rewarded when the companies got back on their feet. That promise was broken as the Wall Street investors and the $25 million a year compensated CEOs laughed all the way to the bank. The companies used their massive profits to enrich shareholders and the CEOs. They are laughing no more. Led by a new and militant United Auto Workers UAW President Shawn Fain, workers are demanding sizable raises to make up for years of declining wages, restoration of COLA, eliminating the divisive two-tier structure, defined benefit retirement plans for all workers, a shorter work week with no loss of pay, and ensuring the needed transition to electric vehicles is not used to bypass unionized workers and standards. Harkening back to the auto workers' historic sit-down strikes of the 1930s that led to the creation of the UAW and helped spark a union organizing wave across the country. The unionized auto workers are standing up for all working class people in our struggle to win dignity, safe and rewarding jobs, and more time to spend with our families. As UAW President Shawn Fain framed their fight, quote, "We'll keep fighting for justice for the working class while the big three keep price gouging the American consumer, ripping off the American taxpayer, and shortchanging the American worker. It's a battle of the working class against the rich, the haves versus the have-nots, the billionaire class versus everyone else." End of quote. The APW is a solidarity union born out of our own historic Great Postal Strike of 1970. Many members joined rallies, picket lines, and signed petitions, understanding that an injury to one is an injury to all, and that a rising tide lifts all boats. By the time you read this article, I am optimistic that the power of the auto workers will have led to solid new union contracts. Workers on the move winning union representation and strong contracts will strengthen postal workers, including next year, as we once again engage in negotiations for a new union contract. Solidarity forever.
This is your Executive Vice President, Debbie Zaretti, and I'm excited to be a part of this new way of communicating to our members. My article in the November-December magazine is about faith and hope for our union. At the September-October 2023 Young Members Conference, we had the All Craft Conference, we had an auxiliary conference, and a retiree conference. And every one of those conferences brought faith and hope to our union. Young members brought back many memories of what it was like to start out with eyes wide open to what APWU could mean to our workers. We did not have a young members committee back in the 70s, 80s, or 90s, but it sure would have been great. The only way you really had opportunities was if someone informally mentored you or you got together with your peers and working together, you shared everything that you were learning. We all learned as we grew. We dealt with those unscrupulous managers back then and now, of course. There was just no way we were going to give up on our members. We would not leave them with no representation. It is a battle zone, and we became the workers' guardians. Looking back, we probably could have done better. We really needed to give our coworkers strength and help them to stand with us on the workroom floor, as well as educate them to becoming active with us in everything we do. We are more powerful when we stand together as coworkers, retirees, and families, and as part of our communities, and helping our communities be there to support us as well. Thank you, young members, for taking the leap to stand with us and your willingness to help get our members on the workroom floor to understand the importance of getting involved in our movement. You're so capable and so loved. The All Craft Conference brought new ways to look at our need for solidarity, mentoring, and educating. The new APWU Leadership Institute brings a pathway to help inspire and educate new APWU leaders. The legislative panel that we had, the veterans discussion, and the climate justice roundtable at the conference all let us know that we have much work to do. The PMG 10-year plan will not end well without you helping to make a strong union that protects and educates everyone, including our communities. Our services must be protected and expanded. Our retirees and our auxiliary also want to help to reach out to our locals and states and to help mentor new and younger members. And they're working right now on a union mentoring program. Mentoring will provide extra help to officers who do not always have time to mentor. We really need everyone. The holidays are upon us. This is our most overstretched and pressured of times as a postal worker. May you be safe and be blessed with the strength and the love for each other and to stand union strong against those who choose to destroy our country's public postal service. We need every member to be our army of angels that save our public postal service and our future. In union solidarity and love, peace be with you and take care of yourselves this holiday season.
This is Secretary-Treasurer Elizabeth Liz Powell sharing with you an article titled Fulfilling a Treasurer's Responsibility. There are several important responsibilities that local and state treasurers will need to familiarize themselves with and fulfill. Whether you are newly elected, appointed, or have maintained the treasurer's position for a length of time, maintaining fiduciary responsibility is of the utmost importance. After ensuring local and state finances are being maintained with appropriate checks and balances and financial controls are in place, a treasurer should verify that the local or state follows all legal requirements. The Department of Labor legal requirements are 1. Local and state affiliates are required to have a constitution and bylaws, and a copy must be electronically filed with the annual LM report to the Department of Labor. 2. Local and state affiliates are required to have a fidelity bond covering 10% of the local or state's liquid assets. We strongly recommend local and state affiliates bond 100% of the liquid assets. 3. Local elections are required to be held every 3 years, and state affiliates every 4 years. The Constitution may require elections be held more frequently. 4. The Department of Labor requires an LM report, LM2, LM3, or LM4, to be filed annually. 5. Treasurers are required to maintain financial records for the last 5 years. 6. They must also maintain executive board and general membership meeting minutes. Internal Revenue Service, IRS, in addition to local or state payroll requirements, 1, an I-9 for all employees, filing W-2, W-3, and W-4s, electronically filing Form 940, payroll taxes deposited, collect and deposit state and municipal or county taxes, electronically filing Form 940, federal unemployment tax deposited, 1099 issued for non-employee compensation, and a W-9, tax ID for independent contractors. Number 2, the IRS requires an annual 990 report. It can be 990, 990EZ, 990N, electronically filed with the IRS. Other legal requirements are state workers' compensation insurance. To ensure local and state affiliates are complying with Article 16, Section 4 of the Constitution and bylaws of the APW as amended, a copy of the following is required to be forwarded to the Secretary Treasurer's Department: a copy of your local or state constitution, a copy of your local or state signed annual LM report that was filed with the Department of Labor, written verification that your local or state filed an annual 990 report with the IRS, a listing of local or state officers, and verification that the local or state has held elections in accordance with the union's constitution. Treasurer should contact Annette August Taylor, Executive Assistant to the Secretary Treasurer, at 202-842-8538 or august@apw.org if you're not sure whether your local or state is complying. During 2023, the Secretary Treasurer's Department provided in-person Secretary Treasurer's training opportunities in April, June, and September for presidents and treasurers to attend. Save the date. The next Secretary Treasurer's training is scheduled for National Harbor, Maryland at the MGM from March the 4th through the 8th, 2024. Details will be posted in the event section of the APW website. I would like to wish all the members of the APW happy holidays and a prosperous new year.
Updates on national disputes, penalty exclusion period, and a holiday greeting by Industrial Relations Director Charlie Cash. Happy holidays, my union family. Your hard work will once again bring happiness and smiles to millions of people, not only in the United States, but around the world. No matter if you celebrate Hanukkah, Christmas, Kwanzaa, or observe any other tradition during this time, please make sure you take some time to enjoy this time of year with your family and friends. As a reminder, the penalty exclusion period begins with the start of pay period 26/2023, December 2nd, 2023, and ends with the conclusion of pay period 1, 2024 on December 29th, 2023. The penalty exclusion period means that the penalty overtime rate will not be paid for hours that normally qualify as penalty overtime. Rather, the regular overtime rate will apply. I would like to update you all on some pending national disputes. The first is the national dispute regarding the Article 12 accessing issues surrounding the Postmaster General's Delivering for America plan and changes to the overall network. In general, our dispute is over Article 12.5.B.1, dislocation and inconvenience to full-time and part-time flexible employees shall be kept to the minimum. It is our position that the USPS is not making every effort to follow this provision. On its face, the USPS seems to be doing just the opposite. I've been pushing for an accelerated schedule to meet and discuss this dispute and arbitrate if necessary. The current plan is to arbitrate this dispute as quickly as possible if a settlement agreement cannot be reached. One of the next cases that will be scheduled for early in 2024 is what most members know as the direct deposit theft or light blue hack dispute. This dispute involves around the issue that happened at this time last year. Hundreds of APWU employees had their light blue login information stolen. The thieves took this information, logged into the victim's postal ease accounts, and changed the direct deposit information the USPS had on file. This led to some employees losing their largest paychecks of the year. The direct deposits were sent to accounts not owned by the victims, where the money was then immediately emptied out. The USPS has taken the position that it was the employee's fault that their login information was stolen. The APW takes the position that it was postal management's lack of adequate security protocols that led to the thefts. We believe we have the evidence that proves the USPS was aware of the security flaws, and we will be asking an arbitrator to rule in our favor. We are seeking that employees who lost their direct deposits be reimbursed in full by the USPS. One other case being addressed is the Welcome to the USPS or the New Employee Orientation case. This case was scheduled for August 2023, but was canceled because we were making progress towards settlement. Due to unforeseen health emergency, I was unable to continue the settlement discussions, but those are back on track. If the case cannot be settled, we will seek to arbitrate it in the spring of 2024 as well. I'm going to take a moment of personal privilege to close out this column. I want to congratulate and thank my friend and mentor, Jim Bean, from the Salt Lake City area local on his retirement. Jim served for over 35 years as an officer or steward in his local. He is one of the most dedicated unionists I know and one of the most loyal friends that everyone who has had the honor to call him a friend could have. Jim taught me much about the union and helped me become a successful member, steward, and officer of the APWU. Thank you, Jim, for all you did for the APWU and for me. Solidarity, sisters and brothers and union family. Happy holidays.
My name is Joe Balaga, aka Director Balaga. I'm reading my article, Successful Maintenance Scrap Conference 2023. We successfully completed 2023 APWU All Crowd Conference held in Las Vegas, Nevada. The Maintenance Crowd Conference started on Monday, October 2nd, 2023. Saturday before the conference, we attended the Maintenance Council meetings, which consisted of all the maintenance non-MBA and 3 residence officers. The Maintenance Regional Breakout were held on Tuesday, and Maintenance Division workshop focusing on Article 32 subcontracting and line H small offices followed on Wednesday. During the crowd conference, we were addressed by several guest speakers, held a meaningful, lively debate about all the maintenance scrap issue among the bodies, ended in solidarity to return home and continue to conduct the business of the Assistant Director Jerry B. Martinez welcomed the delegates to the session and the Maintenance Division leadership, including Assistant Director B. Jason Pryor, MBA John Gerhard, Jen Beaton, Bruce Kinley, Curtis Walker, Carlos Paz, Craig Fisher, James Amaki, Hector Bias, and Adrian Lester. Western Region Coordinator Oman Zali took to the podium and welcomed members to his region and spoke about the impact of 12 excess on maintenance of employee because of management, so-called 10-year labor employment. The National Executive Council also addressed the members. I introduced our president, Senator McDermott, who attended the session with Executive Vice President Dennis Reddy, Executive Treasurer Liz Powell, Industrial Relations Director Charlie Cash, Southern Region Coordinator Garrett One-Day, Northeast Regional Coordinator Tiffany Foster, Eastern Regional Coordinator Ed Jones, and Central Regional Coordinator Ed O'House. President Gilmore still spoke about the ongoing labor dispute of allied labor unions, including United Auto Workers and Coordinator Union Local 26 riding in Vegas. He concluded by saluting the leadership and the hard working of the Mexican Division representative in the current issue facing the employed. I report, I discussed the following priorities of maintenance. We are in the final stage of finalizing the settlement of maintenance capable and non-maintenance dispute, which are always very needed. Other notable issues the officers are working on include part-time regular cap violation, which is Article 7.2, small delivery unit soda, NGUS clerk, dispute, promotion cancellation, maintenance management order, epidemic concern regarding shared criminal initiating, MS-47 revision, purely new E-4776 pilot, and self-laundering MO. And also this includes ticketing program, mail processing equipment relocation, and last but not least, in-service national Q&A that we developed. Maintenance officer also discussed pending national level subcontract IT notification and the resolution submitted by Albert Copy Local 3D regarding the payment of grievances to separate all tired. General Session concluded with a presentation by Northeast Regional Maintenance MBA James Amaki on Article 38 updates, joint contract Secretary Mano, and new maintenance division memorandum of understanding in the new 2021 national agreement. Finally, I've concluded the meeting by telling everyone that it's great conference, over 400 in attendance. We're also glad to have almost 20% of new attendees. Very successful deliberation to the conference. We are the regional breakout for all of the coverage. I'm so proud and so energized that the future of maintenance looks so bright.
This is Dalio Freeman, Human Relations Director, and this is the Human Relations Department Year in Review. It has been an exciting and noteworthy year. We are proud to report that the Human Relations Department has been on the move to better assist locals and state with issues under the jurisdiction of this department. Here is just some of the work that we have accomplished over the past 12 months. Office of Workers' Compensation Programs, OWCP. First, under the area of OWCP, we have successfully trained over 1,000 members, activists, stewards, and officers. We conducted training in the states of Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, Texas, Hawaii, Maryland, Iowa, Alabama, North Carolina, Rhode Island, Utah, New Mexico, Florida, Illinois, Georgia, and many other states and cities. The word is out on the outstanding training that we provided. And we are looking forward to continuing the work that is both wanted and needed. Also, as a department, we provided much needed assistance to members who need representation for specific OWCP cases. We have successfully won favorable decisions for a number of members. So again, the department is moving for excellent representation for our members. The Employee Assistance Program is much needed and a contractual right under the collective bargaining agreement. We have been meeting actively to assure the importance of having assistance available to members as they need it. Veterans' rights and benefits. We are encouraged to report that the department has set forth a program to activate our members that have served this country, as well as those that represent veterans. We have started building a coalition across the country to mobilize around issues that affect our service members, whether they are active or not. I am looking forward to continuing the work. At the All Craft Conference, we were proud to hold a meeting for APW veterans. The well-attended meeting discussed the issues that veterans face within the Postal Service and how we can protect the earned rights and benefits of the union's veterans members. Civil rights and engagement. It is a priority of the department to remain active around our civil rights, which are either being threatened or attacked. We stand together with the civil rights issues of the day. We participate in the movement daily and proudly organize a group of APW members who attended the 60th anniversary of the March on Washington. So, we continue to strive for equality for all and to protect the rights and benefits of all who have served, as well as mobilize and continue to secure assistance for all who are in need. As we become more knowledgeable and empowering, we provide education to give our members assistance and help everyone understand we have a right to compensation when we get injured on the job. I want to thank all of those who have participated and provided this information in all of these areas. I appreciate you all. Please have a safe and productive new year and stay tuned to what we have in store for next year. Thank you for encouraging continuing progress. Remember, the struggle won't continue without work. In solidarity, Dalio Freeman, your Human Relations Director.
You can download the podcast on all streaming services, including YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts regularly.